Hi, I'm Linda Jaquillard. I'm the owner and director of Finders. My perception on the impact of HR is that it's still got a long way to go. I think it's come a long way from being a pure personnel admin role to being a real HR management role. But I still think that it's not viewed as an equal partner in the business, the same as sales, finance, marketing. And I mean, let's face it, how many CEOs do we see with an HR background? Yes, we do. I think it's fairly safe to say that in those countries where there is more legislation, like France, Germany, Italy, HR tends to get even more bogged down with the technicalities. You know, they've got to deal with the labour unions, labour laws, and they have less room for really helping the business. We feel that HR needs to be more aligned to the business, talk more in terms of the business. In our experience, the business is always very bottom line focused, very sales oriented, and they view HR as being a very process oriented, costing and taking up time. And on the other side, HR is on an uphill battle trying to make the business understand what it's doing, why it's doing it, and what it could achieve. One of the things we talk about is talking in terms of output. That means talking in terms of what the result of an HR action could be. So instead of selling a two-day workshop on key account development, how about presenting it as a sales training that will optimize your existing client database? I think it's all about communication and how you present what you're doing. Well, we had an example recently where one of our HR consultants was taking on a role of HR business partner. She went immediately to the HR manager, to the business manager, and she said to him, "I'd really like to sit in on your business reviews." And he looked a bit surprised and a little bit reluctant. And she basically said to him, "Well, if I don't know what the issues are in the business, I can't really help in terms of HR." So he said, "Okay." She goes to the first meeting, and he introduces her very kindly to the whole team. And then he says, "So, there you are. Now you can go, and we'll talk about business." And she said no. She stood her ground, which is possibly easier to do as a consultant than as an employee. And essentially she stayed in all the meetings. She came up with some really innovative tools, HR tools, to help the business, and everybody was really happy.